Hey, what's up guys? It's HoveringBanana and welcome to our new trading series. In this one, we're going to be taking our white Dracos all the way up to a nice golden alpha cap. Now at the start of each series, I usually do a quick little recap for anyone that may be new. This is our 5th trading series. The first 4 we took a player's choice crate all the way up to the Dracos. Now we're taking these white Dracos up to an alpha cap, and we're looking at roughly like 100 plus difference between the two items. Now why don't we just jump straight into the trading? So I bought these white Dracos about a week ago, paid 125 keys for them, which was a decent deal. However, I wasn't too keen on buying them. They were going down in price each day. I knew it was going to be difficult to trade, but it had to be done to complete the series. Very soon after that, I was looking to trade the item because it was going down in price. I was looking for an overpay in items, but I wasn't getting offered anything that was really good. However, I came across an offer that was just a few keys under what I paid for it. So we got 50 keys plus an Acrobat certified 20XX. That's safely 33 keys. Can probably get 34 for it though. Then we got a regular 20XX. That's safely 32 keys. Probably can get 33. And then we got some lime vaults there. That's safely 5 keys. Maybe we can get 6 for those. So in total, that's about 120 keys, and that's 5 keys under what we paid for it. So it's unfortunate to make a loss, but thankfully it's only a small one. So from here, I thought, okay, I have very few items in my inventory. However, I've got some very popular ones, the 220XXs. So maybe we can get a good overpay on those. I kept searching, but I was coming up empty-handed. I was only getting crappy item offers at around 25 to 30 keys, which was pretty strange because I could easily get 32 keys pure for them. So I just gave up and managed to sell it for 33 keys. Also, besides the very first trade, most of these deals are done 2 to 3 days ago. So from here, I thought, okay, I've got a lot of keys, but I've got very few items. That means I should either look for an overpay on some of them, or I must try to buy some items for cheap. I decided to go for something new that I haven't really traded, and that is painted septum wheels. They recently got an update to the visuals, so I think they're more popular now. They're still fairly new, so they've got a bit of hype on them. In this trade, I'm buying a pair of white ones for 2 keys. White's probably the most popular color on these septum wheels, and I was pretty confident that I'd be able to get 3 keys for these. For the next trade, I just bought another pair of painted septum wheels. This time I bought forest ones. Not the most popular color, so I was only looking to buy them for 1 key, and I'm gonna try and sell these for 2. For the next trade, I bought 2 triplex wheels for 1 key. Now with these, I was hoping to get lucky and maybe sell them for 1 key each. However, I think it's safe to value them at 0.75. If I perhaps struggle to sell them for 1 key each, I could perhaps look to sell them for 2 nitros each, and then trade those nitros for a key. For the next trade, I'm simply buying 1 more pair of white septum wheels for 2 keys. Now at this point, I was a bit hesitant to buy any more painted septums, since I'm not too confident that they will sell very well. So I'm going to look to try and sell these 3 painted septums I have. If I find that they're easy to sell and make profit from, then I'll look into stocking up on more than 3 pairs. For the next trade, I bought a mantis for 3 keys. My plan here is to get 1 key profit and sell it for 4, but we could also perhaps look into getting an item overpay since it's a very popular item and we might come across one of those. And on to the next trade, I managed to sell one of the white septums I had for 3 keys, so now I'm thinking we could perhaps look into buying some more painted septums. For the next trade, I got offered an item overpay for my lime vaults. He offered me forest green fireplugs, which I value at about 2 keys. Then we got some pink photons, which is safely 3 keys, maybe slightly more. We got a nitro crate, that's 50 cents. The 2 Dominus snake skins together I think is 50 cents. The MDGA decal about 25 cents. And then the Dominus Suuup about 10 to 20 cents. And the unpainted uncommon items I'm not really going to value because I think they're worth barely anything. So on rocketd.com I had lots of adverts up looking for keys, for nitro crates, and offers as well. Got invited for my nitro crate and the guy offered me some cobalt invaders and 4 champions crates. Cobalt invader I value at about 50 cents, the champions crates together about 40 cents. So we're looking at about 40 cents profit with this trade. And for the next trade, I just simply managed to sell the mantis I had for 4 keys. We might be seeing these drop in price though, so just be a bit careful. In a day or 2, maybe you can buy it for 2 keys and then you'd have to sell it for 3. For the next trade, I just managed to sell my forest green fireplugs that I had for 2 keys. It was pretty easy to sell these, so we might look into trading fireplugs in the future. For the next trade, I'm not going to list any values because they're all extremely low value items. I was just looking for offers on these crappy items, and here I'm just getting more junk for my single junk item. Next up, I managed to trade the MDGA decal that I had for a nitro crate, and we're looking at 25 cents profit with this trade. For the next one, a guy invited me and he just showed me all his items. I usually don't trade like this, but I decided to offer him 3 champions crates for his chakrams. Not really a profitable deal here, but I think it might be pretty easy for me to get a nitro crate for the chakram wheels, so I decided to go for this one. For the next trade, I'm buying a pair of grey Kalos wheels for 3 keys, and this trade is also on PC. I think on PS4 painted Kalos go for quite a lot more than they do on PC, but with these I'm going to look to sell them for about 4 keys. Decided to pick these up because I did a guide on the colors in Rocket League trading, and I got a lot of comments from people saying that grey Kalos is a good item in the grey category, so I thought I'd listen to them and give them a shot. And for the next trade, I got a really good offer on my Dominus Suji, considering how low value it is. I got offered 4 turbo crates as well as 3 champions crates, which works out to about 65 cents profit. At the end of the trade, I saw that the guy had some white zombies, so I just assumed that he was a bit rich and, was willing to overpay for an item that he really wanted. Onto the next trade, I bought a pair of pink FSL wheels for 2 keys, and the plan with these is to try and sell them for 3, maybe slightly more than that, but I wouldn't really suggest the pink to you guys. In the past, I found it to not be the best seller with the painted FSLs. I'd suggest rather going for some of the better colors, white, sky blue, forest purple. You'll find more demand on those and it will be easier to sell. Onto the next trade, I sold the second pair of white septums that I had for 3 keys, and I'm having success with these painted septums, so I'm going to look to buy a few more pairs in a bunch of different colors. Onto the next trade, I managed to sell my Cobalt Invaders for 2 nitro crates. These 2 nitro crates should be pretty easy to get 1 key for, and that's about 50 cents profit here. And whenever you're selling an item for keys, you should also look to sell it for some new crates, because getting a key for some Cobalt Invaders is pretty difficult. However, I found it easy to get 2 nitros for it, and a lot of my other episodes we've seen me have success using this strategy. So I threw these 2 nitro crates up on rocketleague.com, and it only took me 2 minutes to get the key I was looking for. Next up, I traded my Dominus Snakeskin for a Burnt Sienna MDGA decal. Valued the Dominus Snakeskin at about 25 cents, maybe 50 cents. The MDGA decal I value at about 50 cents, maybe 1 key. However, it's in Burnt Sienna, very unpopular color, so I'm expecting it to take me a bit of time to sell this decal. So for the next trade, I bought a Dominus GT RLCS decal for 1 key. Looking back at this, not really a great deal, but 3 days ago there was a lot of hype for the RLCS items. A buddy of mine managed to get a biomass for one of his decals, so I was hoping I could jump on the hype, maybe get a really good deal. But at the end of the day, I'm only investing 1 key, so it's not a huge loss if I don't manage to pull something off. Onto the next trade, I was looking to buy a whole bunch of painted septums, most of them 1 key each except for the white ones at 2 keys. Got invited by a guy who had 3 painted septums. I bought them all for 3 keys, looking to sell them in total for 6 keys, 2 keys each. And lastly, I wouldn't suggest the black painted septums to you guys. They look quite washed out, so I don't think they're going to be as popular, but I just personally decided to go for them. So for the next trade, a guy had an offer for my nitro crate and a turbo crate. I'm always posting that I'm looking for offers on my items on rocketleague.com, and for those 2 crates the guy offered me a white painted Jiangxi decal. Now the Jiangxi itself looks pretty good, but it's also for the ZSR, which is a very popular car, and it's painted white, probably the best color for painted decal. So I'm pretty confident I'd be able to get like 1.5 keys for this, but I'm going to start looking for 2 keys or maybe 4 nitro crates. For the next trade, I bought a pair of Sniper Lime FSL wheels for 2 keys. Similar kind of thing with the pink FSL. Lime isn't the best color for these wheels. However, with the Sniper certification, I think it should be very easy for me to get 3 keys, but we're gonna see if we can push it a bit and get 4. Next trade is another junk item one. Guy was collecting rubber duckies, decided to trade it to him for unpainted Asterias, but it's a pretty rubbish item, so I'm not gonna add it to the inventory value. Next up, I was looking to get a nitro crate for those chakrams we bought earlier, and it wasn't too difficult for me to get that deal. The next trade involves that Acrobat certified 20XX I had. During this whole stage I was looking for item overpays, but just like the first 20XX we had, people were offering me less in items that I could get in pure keys. Decided to give up and just sell it. I also didn't want to hold it too long because of the announcement of the new update coming next month, so I feel the price on these is going to go down a bit, so I just traded it for 34 keys. So for the next trade, I just simply sold my forest green septum wheels for 2 keys, and that's an easy 1 key profit right here. The next trade involves my grey Kalos wheels. Was looking to get 4 keys for this, however we've seen I can still get 4 keys for a mantis, and I feel the mantis is easier to trade. So in my advert, not only did I say that I want 4 keys for it, I also said an option is to 1-to-1 with a regular mantis. Next up, I just traded my Dominus snakeskin for a nitro crate. Now while we're only looking at about 25 cents profit here, I think a lot of people would think this is like a horrible item that they can't really trade, but hopefully you can see that the difficult to trade items, we can get rid of them using nitro crates. The next trade involves my second pair of forest septum wheels, and once again I'm just trading them here for another 2 keys. Now around here I decided to try out another new item that I haven't traded before, and this is painted fireplug wheels. They still got a bit of hype on them, so I think the demand should be okay. We had an easy time selling the forest ones, decided to buy myself a crimson pair for 2 keys. I think crimson's probably going to be more popular than white. The white looks a bit similar to the regular ones, and the crimson ones also match up with the crimson plug that it's got in the center, so I feel they're probably going to be the best fire plugs to trade, and I'm going to look to sell these for maybe 3 to 4 keys. Next up, I just bought a mantis for 3 keys, but like I said earlier, I'm expecting them to drop 1 key, so perhaps hold off on buying these until they do that. For the next trade, I bought a regular endo for 1 key. Bit of a strange deal in my opinion, not really sure why I took this one. I think it's pretty difficult to get 2 keys for it at the moment. Although I haven't actually tried, to be honest. I kind of forgot about this item in my inventory, but it's still got quite a bit of hype on it at the moment, so maybe I can manage to get a good deal on it. Now the second last trade for today's video, I bought a pair of striker white septum wheels for 3 keys. Now we know that I'm easily able to sell the regular white ones for 3 keys, and we're getting a striker certification, so that should be very easy 4 keys, but with these I'm going to look to sell them for 5 keys, so 2 keys profit on this trade. And for the last trade in today's episode, I'm simply buying a pair of purple septum wheels for 1 key. Been having good success with the painted septums, and with these I'm going to look to sell them for 2 keys. But that is it for today's episode. Really hope you enjoyed it, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. I also created a Facebook page. The Twitter page is going to be a bit more trading related, whereas with the Facebook page I wanted to make it a bit more personal, and I'm going to throw in some memes around there just to make it fun. So I'll leave a link in the description if that tickles your fancy. But as always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.